everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Grace, and this is going to be the BookTube Newbie Tag because I'm new to BookTube and I just want to introduce myself to you guys and say hello. BookTube Newbie Tag is a series of 10 questions all about me, how I got into reading, why I want to start this channel, things like that, so that all of the booktubers out there can get to know me. So hello! Question number 1. Why did you start this channel? In all honesty, I kind of just want to have fun. I love you guys and I love the community. I love the whole bookish community. I love to read and I want to connect with people that also love the same things that I love. But more than anything, like, I just want to have fun. So I've been watching BookTube for quite a few years now. So since I've been watching BookTube for quite a few years, I would find myself like reading a book and then finishing it and then imagine myself making a YouTube video about it. On weekends I would think, oh man, if I had a BookTube channel, I would vlog this thing, or I would vlog myself going to Barnes & Noble, or, you know, and I would just kind of have all these ideas in my head about how I could participate and what I would say and how I would answer certain questions. So then, every now and then I'd pull out my phone and then just shoot a quick video, or, you know, here and there. And then my friends started asking me, like, what are you doing? Like, when you just pull out your phone and shoot a video about a book or something? And I was like, oh, and I would joke with them and I'd be like, yeah, I kind of have an imaginary YouTube channel. It's not a real one yet, but I just have ideas and, you know, I'm just thinking about it. And so then all my friends were like, dude, seriously? Like, why don't you just post the videos that you're already making and then you'd have a real YouTube channel instead of an imaginary YouTube channel? And so I was like, yeah, okay, that's a great, yeah, sure. Let's do that. And so here we are today on the internet. Hello, internet. Question number 2. What is something unique and interesting that you bring to BookTube? Well, I think that I love my perspective on the world, and I love to not take life too seriously, I think. And I actually really just want to have fun with you guys. And yeah, there's going to be book discussions. Yeah, there's, you know, going to be more in-depth stuff, but I really just want to have fun, and I want to be that one channel that you guys come to when you're having a bad day because you know watching me is going to cheer you up. I want to inspire you guys to like go after those dreams and those things that like you haven't gone after yet. So question number 3, what are you most excited for about starting this channel? So I love the community aspect of BookTube, so that when you guys watch my videos, you're feeling like you're watching somebody that you know, you're watching a friend, you're watching somebody that you've had interactions with on Twitter, or interactions with other places, and that, you know, maybe you even met at bookish events and stuff. So I like the idea of feeling like I'm watching my friends' videos and my friends are watching my videos, and I want you guys to feel like I actually really do care about each one of you. Question number 4. Why do you love reading? I love that every single author puts a little piece of themselves into everything that they write. And I love when you read like a whole bunch of stuff, like you get all these different pieces of all these different people and all these different perspectives and all these different ways of looking at the world. And I personally feel like I grow as a person with every single book that I read, and I feel like my perspective changes a little bit and I see things from different sides that I wouldn't normally see things from, you know. And I just feel like reading is such a way to grow as a person and to grow in your perspective and to grow in how you see the world. And even like a science fiction book or a fantasy book, like there's a piece of that author and there's a piece of how that author sees the world inside of that book. And I just think it's so interesting and encouraging and inspiring to get to see all these little pieces of different places of the, you know, different places and different thought processes and different patterns, and get to put it all together inside of my brain and help other people see things differently and help other people think in a different way, you know. So that's why I love to read. Question number 5. What book series got you into reading? Okay, hang on. So the Nancy Drew book series is the series that got me into reading. I remember when I was a kid, my dad read me Secret of the Old Clock, which is the very first Nancy Drew book. I lost it. I don't have it anymore, but I have a lot of the others. And after he read me that book, I went to the library. Somebody took me to the library, mom, dad, I don't know. And I found a lot more Nancy Drew books, and then I think there was one summer that I was like, dude, I don't have to wait for my dad to get home from work to read me Nancy Drew in the evenings, I can just go to the library and get the books myself and read them myself. And I think, I don't know, what was I, like 4th grade, 3rd grade, 2nd grade, maybe 2nd grade, 3rd grade? I don't know. I was early elementary school. And I remember there was one summer where I went to the library with my mother almost every other day, at least twice a week. And I would just get Nancy Drew books, like a whole stack of them, like 5 at a time at least, or as many as I was allowed to check out, bring them home, and I made like a little tent on my bed, and I would like sit in my little tent and read a book a day, pretty much. I flew through these when I was a kid. So I remember Nancy Drew was definitely the series that got me into reading, and that was the first time that like reading actually clicked. Like I was like, oh, I can just go to the library and get a book and read it myself. I don't have to wait on my dad. I don't have to wait on, you know, somebody to read to me. Like I can do it myself. But then after that, there was a series called the Jedi Apprentice series. It's a Star Wars series, and I remember finding the first Jedi Apprentice book at a school book fair when I was in maybe later elementary school, and I think these were the first books that I picked up for myself to read, because like Nancy Drew were kind of books that my parents encouraged me to read, but these were the first books that like I found myself, and I was like, oh dude, I'm gonna try this out myself. This is my own decision to buy Star Wars books at a school book fair, and then it was like my own thing, you know, things that's like my own reading experience that was separate from my parents. And so then I bought some at the Scholastic Book Fair, and then I read them in like a day, and then I begged my dad to take me to Barnes & Noble, and I like did a bunch of extra chores and saved up all my allowance. I think these were like $5 a piece. Yeah, these were like $5 a piece, but like to a kid that was like, you know, 3 or 4 extra chores, you know, and so I'd like do all the extra chores and go to Barnes & Noble with my dad, and I just like binge bought as many of these as I could, and I have so many. I have videos about how many of these I have, but I think this was my first individual reading experience that was just mine, you know, and so this was another book series that got me into reading. Question number 6. What is a question you would ask to your favorite booktubers? I think I would probably ask, how do you manage everything that you're trying to cram into your life? And but the thing is, I don't think there's a good answer for this question. You know, I think that we're all just trying our best. But are there tips and strategies and techniques that you guys use to manage BookTube and your social life and your marriage and your children if you're married and have kids, and your job, and, you know, eating healthy and exercising and like all those things that we're supposed to do every day? Like, how do you manage everything? And what does that look like in your life? And I know that Lala from Books and Lala has kind of answered this. Like, you can't have everything. You kind of have to, you know, decide to cut something out one week if you're going to add something one week. And I love that conversation. That's a great conversation. And I think that is probably the answer to my question. But I mean, I would probably just ask like a variety of different booktubers to see what their thoughts are for that. Question number 7. What will be your biggest challenge with having a BookTube channel? Well, honestly, so far my biggest challenge, there have been a few challenges, but my biggest one has been keeping all my footage organized because it's everywhere. And I'm constantly having to like reinvent folders and organization systems and moving things around, and then I just use my laptop to edit, so then it runs out of space, and so then I have to move everything to a different drive, and then just keep swapping things back and forth and over, and whoo! Anyway, it's been a lot. It's been a lot to keep organized and manage, and I've only been doing this for 2 months, so like, wow. Anyway, so there's that. I think another challenge that I have also noticed is how to be a YouTuber and have great relationships. I have had to have different conversations with my friends and be like, yeah, I'm vlogging this weekend, we can hang out. You'll probably end up in the background of a vlog though. Or even if they didn't want to be in the vlog, like how are we gonna work this out? How are, you know, like what is this actually gonna look like? You know, that's been a few conversations that I've had with different friends, and They've all been super supportive and super fun, and they're all really into it. All my friends are really into it, but I did have to have some conversations about like, hey, actually, I can't hang out tonight because I have to film tonight, you know? Or, oh dude, I want to go to that movie with you, but like I'm actually supposed to post a video tomorrow, nothing's edited, like I can't go hang out right now, you know? So that's been an interesting conversation, interesting transition. Question number 8. When did you start reading? I think it was that one summer that I went to the library and realized I can just get Nancy Drew books from the library if I wanted to and read them. And I don't remember which summer that was. I was probably 2nd or 3rd grade. Question number 9. 9. Where do you like to read? I actually really love to read outside. We have a balcony, got some plants on it, and I actually just love to sit out with the plants and read a book. And if we had a front or backyard, I would lay out in the grass for hours and read a good book. I love reading outside. I love laying out in the grass. And I think that's my favorite. If the weather's not good or if it's super hot or super rainy or something, then I like to read on my bed. That's my second go-to place. Question number 10. What kind of books do you love to read? So I think my favorite kind of books is anything that would fall under the speculative fiction genre. So that would be science fiction, fantasy, magical realism, all that kind of stuff that's really imaginative. I tend to lean more towards science fiction and high fantasy. As far as science fiction goes, I typically like outer space stuff, books that take place on spaceships and with spaceship battles and things like that. That's kind of my favorite genre, of course, because Star Wars was like one of the very first influential books that I read, so I still really love stories that take place in outer space and on other planets and things like that. Thank you guys so much for watching the BookTube Newbie Tag. I can't wait to meet all you guys. Comment down below and tell me something unique and interesting about you. Tell me something unique and interesting that you bring to the book community, because I would love to know and I'd love to hear you guys' perspectives on everything, and I would love to get to know all of you. So, bye! I'll see you in the next video!